I've been asking this question actually just in the past week to the choir kids. I've been saying, you know, we support each other, we build each other up, so you can build each other up, and then we get this team effort that moves forward as a team, and we leave no one behind, and ultimately we get a great performance out of that. I said, and then I say to a student, what is your best subject? And they tell me, and then I say, then what is your most challenging subject? And invariably I'll get the math, of course, or science or history or whatever, and then I said, can you imagine what it would be like in your class if your fellow students bolstered you up like we bolstered you up in here? How would that feel to you? What do you think their response was? That's not rhetorical. What do you think their response was?
Well, if they're not being sassy, they would say it would feel good, but if they're being sassy, they'd say, well, that won't happen.
They said every kid said it would feel great. No kid was sassy about it. Every kid was like, wow, that would be so cool. Yeah. And so I ask you, really, can you imagine that? But I think before you can even imagine that, I think personally, you've got to get your students knowing each other. Really knowing each other. And there are several things that we do to do that. We do a game called Across the Room. And in this game, we split the class in half, and you have to have a space that engenders this, but I would take them outside. We've done it outside, because sometimes it doesn't work in here. Where literally we say, cross the room if you don't like chocolate. Cross the room if you're the only child. Cross the room if your parents are divorced. Cross the room, and the idea of the game is to get everybody looking at who's crossing, who's not, and no judgments are made. And everybody really gets to know each other. The kids love this game. You want to speak to that?
Yeah.
Because we do this together.
And they do love it. And I have the luxury of taking some of the ideas that we use in the performance classes and then use it in my music theory class, which is not a performance class. It's much more similar to like a math class or a science class, where you're, just learning concepts and not applying them in a performing arts manner. And I've done this with both my theory classes. And I don't know if, I always ask the kids when we're done, do you enjoy this? And invariably they're like, yes, let's do it again. They can't get enough of it. Because and I ask why. And they say, it makes me feel like I belong.
And that, folks, I think is what makes a classroom really exciting. When the kids start feeling like they belong not only to each other, but to you and you to them.